Bang, hello. Oh, we're live. Cool. Right, hello everybody. Dave here, Custom Fitness. Let's just double check we are live by the power of the internet. I don't know. Yeah. Cool. Cool, right. So yeah, Dave here, Custom Fitness. How are we, everyone? So we have two of our members, Paul and Sally, with me today. Cameras up there, and they have recently done our Thrive program. So we're just going to talk through the program with them, their feelings, thoughts, experiences, and taking it from there. So, hello, Paul and Sally.
Thanks for coming.
Hi. So just to give a bit of context for the members, you're both members before.
Yeah.
At Custom Fitness for an extended period. Sally had a bit of time off because of a change in job circumstances and a house renovation. And then we advertised our Thrive program, and Sally was like, I am up for this. And by the way, Paul, you're doing it as well.
That's a pretty well how it went, Dave. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, then. So what made you, Sally, what made you decide you wanted to do the Thrive program?
I think for me, I'd put on quite a lot of weight, and I had also not been at the gym for, I think, 2 months, and I wanted to get back into doing regular exercise and to also have an element of understanding what I was eating and the nutrition side of things. So, yeah, I think the Thrive program ticked all of the boxes because it had a weight loss element to it. And while weight loss was important, equally as important was, well, not as important as just losing weight. It was about fitting into my clothes. And I thought if I did the two with the exercise and the nutrition, hopefully it would get the results that I wanted and I'd feel more comfortable in my skin and happier in my clothes.
Cool.
Yeah, so that was it really.
Oh, brilliant. And apart from obviously being told to do it, Paul, was there, did you have any think, yeah, this would be good and why?
Yeah, well, not dissimilar to Sal, really. I'd lost some weight the year before through regular gym sessions and so on, but then kind of got stuck and really wanted to lose some weight. I've got my knee problems, so there's a bit of, if I'm carrying a bit less weight, hopefully it helps my knees. And obviously coming up to 50 as well, and age, you're just thinking you can't afford to carry extra at my age with my job and all that. So it was very much about that, really.
Oh, cool. Go on.
I was just going to say, I think the reason I kind of said to Paul, I think you should do it, is because I've tried other things before, and I think if you're doing it on your own in a household, it's really quite difficult to sort of change anything around the way you eat or the way you exercise or the amount you eat or the types of food you're eating. So when we looked at the Thrive and it was about sort of nutrition, I said, look, we should both do this, and then we can both help each other through it and support each other.
Yeah. Cool.
I've tried other things this way, and like, what did I join? Was it Slimming World or something briefly? And I just couldn't get my head around how they were saying you can eat, ridiculous amounts of rice and pasta, and you can eat all of these things, and you can eat as much of it as you wanted. Of course, it's different things work for different people, but it absolutely didn't work for me. And so yeah, I think sort of saying to Paul, look, can you do this with me? We'll do it together, because he still wants to lose some weight. It was like a bit of a no-brainer, really.
Yeah. And I suppose you've answered it a bit, but did you have any reservations before you started the program?
Well, for me, I just didn't think it would work, because I think I'd got to a certain age, mid to late 40s. You put the weight and you just think, and I just thought, you know what, I've been teetering around this weight for so long, I don't think there's anything that I'm going to be able to do that's going to make a difference. And I was a bit skeptical, but as I say, I tried joining Slimming World, and that didn't work. And I thought, right, well, I'll give it one last ditch attempt. Otherwise, I'm just resigning myself to this is the size I'm going to be. So that was my only reservation, a bit of skepticism, I guess, thinking, nah, it's going to work. But, yeah.
I think for me, and don't tell Rebecca, but I was a bit skeptical about the nutrition side, if I'm honest, because we kind of don't eat any processed food. We make everything ourselves. We would say that we eat healthily.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that we weren't eating healthily. We were, but definitely some of the food choices that you make thinking that it's really good for you and it's the right thing, like people think pasta because you're training and all of that. And it's all right to eat pasta. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not necessarily the right thing to be eating. And so I've learned quite a lot, and I know we might get on to talk about that, but I think for me, I was a bit, I don't want to sound arrogant, Dave, but it was a bit like, really?
Yeah.
I need to learn about nutrition. I think I know about nutrition, and I've learned, I didn't really know very much about nutrition. But,
there's always something to learn. Always something new to learn. Cool. That's really good. So, so if you look back over the program duration, then what have you achieved then, and what have you learned?
Well, I've achieved far more weight loss than I actually thought I would do, and learned loads about nutrition. And just to reiterate what Paul was saying, if somebody had asked us, we would have definitely said, no, we eat really well. We eat lots of fresh fruit. We eat lots of fresh vegetables. We cook everything from fresh.
Yeah.
The biggest shock for us has been about the hidden calories and the, having the sort of doing the MyFitnessPal thing and calorie counting and watching what we ate has really been a massive eye-opener. And we both had different calorie allowances. And I think, having to record that information and be accountable and not cheat, because the only people you're cheating is yourself, isn't it? If you're not going to stick to the recommendations, you're not cheating anybody other than yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that we had a calorie allowance each day, we stuck to it, and for the first probably 2 weeks, not an awful lot happened. But we stuck at it, and then in weeks 3, 4, 5, and 6, it was literally like every week 1, 2, 3 pounds coming off, and it was like, oh my god, this is actually working.
Cool.
Like now we're like, it's like an almost like really, it sounds a bit sad, but it's a bit exciting to weigh yourself, because you're like, we know we're going to have lost some weight.
Well, we've both, I mean, you asked the question, what have we achieved? We've both lost over a stone in weight. I've lost 1 stone 3 pound. I don't know what that is in kilos. That's what, 8 kilos. I don't know. I can't. My brain went. 17 pounds. So yeah, it's about 8 kilos.
Yeah.
Stone and 3. I've gone down. Waist size. I've lost 2 inches off my waist. Some of the shirts I'd got just look massive now. And then you kind of, that brings into perspective how big you were as well a little bit when you look at how much in things, but that's fantastic for us both, hasn't it, really? And just then, I suppose another thing that we've achieved is that we're exercising even more. I mean, obviously the gym, I've always been fairly regular at the gym and can't be quite as regular at the minute, but I'm still at home, I'm cycling or I'm walking pretty well every day to make sure I'm keeping up my activity, which I wasn't doing. I'm actually walking a lot more at work at the minute, Dave.
Brilliant.
But
we win. Oh, we've lost you. Are you back? You're breaking up, Paul and Sally. The wonders of modern tech. Hey, so until they're back, so the Thrive program is a 9-week program that we do that works for nutrition, education, coaching, accountability, physical movement, exercise. You back? I'll tell you what, when we have Vino Friday, their internet doesn't drop like this.
It should be.
Yeah, hello. You back now? Maybe? Oh, technology. Can you? Oh man, gutted. That was going good. So yeah, they've lost weight and they've also changed size. Oh, they've proper gone now.
No, we're back again.
Hurrah!
Well,
yeah.
So
cool. So yeah, the joys of technology. So you were saying about things that you'd achieved and what you're proud of, and you both mentioned about how you'd lost weight, both changed shape.
Massively.
How you were talking about your activity level, how you're more active generally throughout the days, and even though circumstances have changed, that you're still maintaining your activity level. I think that's where we got to before we lost you.
Yeah, I think as well. I've been sleeping better since I started Thrive, and I think that's probably a mixture, without knowing the science, of drinking more water, because we're both really conscious of drinking a lot more water. And then obviously the regular exercise, I guess, helps as well, and probably type of food that we're eating. So I'm sure there's a mixture of that, but there's no doubt I sleep a lot better. I sleep for a lot longer than I normally do.
Cool. Type of fluids drinking as well, maybe?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we drink a lot less alcohol these days.
Yeah. But you haven't cut it out, though. That's the key thing.
Yeah, no, not cut anything out. I mean, that's been the biggest thing. We haven't cut anything out from our diet. We just make a decision about whether we're going to eat something or not, and what that means. You know, I had a bar of chocolate yesterday. That's the first one I've had for weeks, but I fancied one, so I had one.
Cool.
Yeah, it hasn't. You haven't had to do without. You've just had to think and be more mindful in the decisions you've made and choose things. And you know how I like a glass of wine, Dave, and I've still had a glass of wine. But just, and actually, I think, you know, importantly for us, it's once we get to the weight loss that we want to have achieved, it's about maintaining that. So working out what the right calorie allowance is so that you can maintain weight. And it's not just been a sort of 8-week course. It's about changing sort of habits and changing your lifestyle, really. And, you know, we were drinking too much. We were eating some of the wrong things. And everybody can indulge. But if you indulge in every single day, I mean, I reckon I must have been eating about 3,500 calories every day without even thinking about it. Yeah. And it's like, and I wondered why I was putting weight on. But as soon as you start, do I really need to eat that? Or can I swap that for something else? You know, do I want olive oil in the frying pan, or do I want, you know, fry light and then I can eat something else that's much, you know, and it's making those sort of mindful decisions. And that's a massive difference to us, hasn't it? But I think also it's about eating the right levels of things. So protein, for example, I used to think you had to be like a bodybuilder or be a gym fanatic to eat protein, and other didn't really matter. But actually eating the right things then make sure that the weight's coming off in the right way. So again, that's really helped. I never thought I'd just be eating a tin of tuna for a snack, a protein up. But yeah, you know, you do these things.
Well, it's a learning process, isn't it? I mean, like you said, when you both started, you were counting your calories and using MyFitnessPal, and then as you've evolved in your talking about your journey along, you're now saying you're more not necessarily calorie counting. You've developed your greater mindfulness, awareness of what you're eating and what that would mean in terms of, or if I don't have that, it means I can have this and things like that. So that's quite a powerful sort of skill to have learned and developed.
Yeah, and I think just the combination of everything. I think for us the biggest things have been watching the calories, doing daily exercise, even if it's just going for a 40-minute walk or a half an hour walk at the end.
Yeah. Oh, you're dropping out again a bit. Note to self: make sure people aren't on Wi-Fi. So they were talking about just their daily activity levels, that they have both refined, developed, worked on since they were on the program. I remember when we started, we gave them a step target on top of their daily exercise.
I'm not sure anybody can hear me.
Hello? Yeah, we can hear you again now. You were just talking about your daily exercise.
Yeah, what about we do lots of daily exercise. We keep cutting in and out.
Yeah, so that's cool. So all right then. So we'll round it up before we get screwed over by tech again. Would you recommend the Thrive program? And if so, why?
Definitely recommend it. For both of we've learned so much, haven't we? We really have learned so much. It's changed us physically, which is obviously what we wanted it to do. And we're both really pleased with those results. You know, particularly at our age, we're not old, but we're not at the age where your body changes the minute you walk into a gym. We have to work a bit hard. So I think, you know, that number one, the results have proven themselves. And number two, I think what it's done is given us a mindset and given us an opportunity to change our life without changing very much. We've changed lots of things, but we've not had to do anything drastic. You know, we've not had to starve ourselves. We're not going into fast mode or having to do exercise every single day. You know, gym exercise. We continued with the same amount of gym work as we were doing. We've added some smaller exercise in, like just walking, things that everybody can do. We pretty well eat what we want, but think about the choices we make with our food. And we know that now what we've got is a set of tools, for want of a better word, that we can use in our lives. And you know what? If we decide we want to lose more weight, we know exactly what we need to do to lose a bit more weight.
Brilliant. Oh, cool. Good. Well, there we go, people. We're finished on a high with technology. Thank you very much, Paul and Sally. And one more question. So we've gone online now. What's your opinion on how you finding that?
I will. So online, I mean, obviously, you will have seen less of us because we're both still working. So that's been a real challenge. I've been on 2, maybe 3 onlines. Certainly been on as many Fridays as I have gym sessions online. Works, doesn't it? You know, it works. And I think there's 2 things. Really. One is that with what you guys have done in lending as equipment and the training that we've done over the years with you, we're quite capable of setting up a routine at home ourselves. But then equally, all the coaching sessions are still there for the online and they work really well. You get to see some different angles of people, which is quite interesting. But we've lost nothing in terms of the coaching. It's just the same good quality coaching as we've always been able to have. It's just different.
Brilliant. Yeah.
I think that's an important point there. I think the difference between your gym and other gyms and Thrive versus other things, the support from you guys is amazing. And I think because we've been coming to the gym a long time, you know, your Sunday email saying, do you need any help? What are you doing this week? Blah, blah, blah. The accountability is all really good. And it really helps you keep on track. And I think that we've learned over the years and through Thrive, it's just a case now of going away and applying it yourself. So
I thought we were going to get away with this.
Being able to get on with it ourselves.
Yeah, cool.
We've been able to get on with it ourselves. Every time I speak, it's like, sure.
Cool. We'll call it a wrap there. Just obviously, thank you very much for your words and your time to do this chat with us. And I'll see you in a session soon.
Hope so, Dave. Missing it.
Yes.
See you later.
See you, Dave.
See you later, Paul. See you later, Sally. Right, let's end that. There we go.